Hey everybody, and welcome to my first preview in a hell of a long time, and it's my first preview on my new set. I haven't done a preview like this before, usually just sitting at my desk, looking at a camera, reading from a paper. So this should be interesting, and this is the way these reviews and previews and all this stuff is going to be done from now on. So let's get right into it. Obviously, it's the Montreal-Toronto exhibition game that's on tonight. It's the first game in over 4.5 months of any kind, so it should be interesting. I'm not sure the quality of the hockey because I'm sure there's a lot of players on both teams that haven't had a ton of time in camp, and we're talking mostly Max Domi and Brett Kulak here in Montreal, and of course they're going to be doing the lawn while I'm trying to do this. As far as for Toronto, I'm not sure what players were either late to camp or had trouble and didn't actually start practicing till late in the camp. So I kind of expect we might not see a normal exhibition game where players are actually fully in game shape and not rusty. And we'll see how that looks tonight. The Habs also cut. They were 2 players over the limit for the Phase 4 roster, and they cut Josh Brook and Laurent Dauphin yesterday, I do believe, and so that brings them down to their 31 players. They're carrying 4 goalies, so all 4 goalies are still in camp. And yeah, let's take a look at what I think is going to happen in this game. So that'll be. I'm going to give you some stats. Keys to victory, and then at the end, as you see up here, my prediction. So the numbers aren't there yet because you got to wait till the end for that. Okay, so let's take a look right away at the game. Montreal 31-31-9 at the time of the stoppage. They were 5th in the Atlantic. They had scored 212 goals, 221 against. In their last 10 before the stop, 4-5-1, 17.7% on the power play, 78.7% on the penalty kill. Special teams not good enough. Shots per game played 34.1. Shots against 31.1. So they were out shooting their opponents on average every game. Thomas Tatar leads the team with 22 goals, 39 assists for 61 points. Jeff Petrie leads on the defense, 11 goals, 29 assists, 40 points. Nick Suzuki leads of the young guys, 13 goals, 28 assists, 41 points. Did I say 41 for Petrie? Anyways, it's 40 for Petrie, just in case I said 41. I'm not sure. And yeah, 41 for Suzuki. I think Suzuki was on a pace to really get close to 50, if not hit 50. He had enough games to hit 50, so I think it was a pretty good rookie season for Nick Suzuki, that's for sure. And Arturi Lehkonen, guys who could kind of produce a little more, but I love Lehkonen, especially his defensive play. 13 goals, 14 assists, 27 points. On the bottom here, I've got KK and Drouin. These are 2 guys to look out for. They really, well, KK totally underachieved. Injuries and all that affected his season. He's got a second chance. And Drouin was going really strong before he got injured. This is his second chance. They're both looking great in camp. KK had 6 goals, 2 assists, 8 points in 36 games. And Drouin, 7 goals, 8 assists for 15 points in 27 games that he played, but he didn't score any points after the injury, so those 15 points were in 19 games. Price is 27, 25, and 6 with 4 shutouts, 279 goals against, and a 909 save percentage. That save percentage needs to be better in the playoffs if they want to do any damage. So the Habs apparently are rolling 4 balanced lines. So expect to see expect to see Max Domi on the 4th line, and apparently that's how they're going to go. They want 4 balanced lines to roll against Pittsburgh, because if they play the 5 games, it's going to be 3 games without the last line change. So apparently Julian wants to have 4 lines with youth, grit and experience and skill. So Domi's paired up with, or matched up with Dale Weiss, who's the experience and skill. And it is true that Dale Weiss has played, a lot more playoff games than most guys on this team. And definitely for the grit side. Domi is the youth, and Jordan Wheel is the skill. And don't laugh, because Wheel, as a junior player, was a highly skilled scoring junior. He had lots of points in junior. He just hasn't really shown it in the NHL, but he does seem to show a lot of I don't know how I want to put it, but creativity. Sometimes when he has the puck, don't laugh at me. He has potential, and if they can keep him on the fourth line, I think he's going to do well there, and keep him off the power play. I think that helps because the power play, as you see by these numbers, 17.7%, and a horrible power play on the road needs to be something other than look for Shea Weber. Pass the puck, look for Weber. Pass the puck, look for Weber. They've got to do something different. They've been working on it, and apparently we're going to see a new look power play with some new personnel on there, and let's see what we got. I guess it got off that. So they're rolling. That's right. I forgot where I was. There's questions on the defensive pairings because besides Sherratt, Weber as definitely a pairing, and Petrie, everybody else is moving around. But it looks like it's going to be Kulak with Petrie and Mete with either Juleson or Fleury. That's how it looks like it's going to shake out. We're going to see tonight. Keys to victory for Montreal. Price. If Price is hot, Montreal could win or should win or whatever. Price is a typical slow starter. This could be a problem. He's had 4.5 months off, which is pretty much a typical off season for Montreal because they don't go far in the playoffs or make the playoffs at all. So we might see a slow start here. He's been the last couple of seasons. I say typically, it's the last couple of seasons he's been starting slow. Later into the season, around December, he starts in November, he starts to pick up his game. So he's going to need to do that right away. Let's see what he's got tonight. Shut down the Leafs offense. We all know Leafs have a powerhouse offense. They put all their money up front, and it leaves them vulnerable to the next key is, one down here, I'll skip one. Take advantage of the porous Leafs D because they put all their money up front, so much of it anyway, besides Morgan Rielly, who's definitely a quality defenseman, and I really like what I'm seeing in camp, the highlights from Nick Robertson? I really like that. So they got talent there, but I don't know how much of a defensive defenseman Robertson is. And Morgan Rielly, not really, and that's where they lack. They don't have the money to put into quality defensive help, and they've got to get what they can get. So I think that's a big weakness for the Leafs. Montreal needs to take advantage of it. And improved special teams play are important because that power play is not the only thing bad. Penalty kill needs to get better as well, and that's going to be helped by some stability on the defense and some of these kids stepping up and playing well. So that's on the Montreal side. We're looking at Toronto now, 36, 25, and 9. At stoppage, at the time of the stoppage, they were third in the Atlantic. 238 goals, powerhouse offense, 227 against. Problems on the defense, shows right there. Last 10 games, they were 5-4-1, so 500. 23.1% on the power play. They have a good power play. That's obvious with such firepower. If they didn't, something would be majorly wrong. 77.7% on the penalty kill. And again, another sign defense is a problem. Shots per game, four shots per game. Actually, put an F there. 32.9, and shots against per game, 31.9. So they're only out shooting the opponent on average by one shot. Those numbers are Montreal's got a little bit, 2 shots a game more, or one shot. Anyway, they're very close to that, to each other on that. Matthews, 47 goals, 33 assists for 80 points. Barry is the highest scoring defenseman on the team because Morgan Rielly did have that injury, broken leg or something like that, freeze out for a while. Barry, 5 goals, 34 assists for 39 points. Mikheyev is the youngest, one of the young guys, best scoring young guy, I guess you could say. 8 goals, 15 assists, 23 points. And Andreas Johansson, Andreas Johansson didn't have a great season, so that's a guy kind of should have more points. 8 goals, 13 assists, 21 points. Robertson, obviously no points. He has not played in the NHL yet, but he's up there because I really want to see what he can do. From the barking, my dog agrees with me. Really want to see what Robertson looks like. I've seen some highlights. He looks really good. Small guy, but he looks really talented. Spezza, he's a veteran that I think he can do some damage here. Short series. In an exhibition game, Spezza can try to maybe cement position going forward in the qualifying round. 9 goals, 16 assists, 25 points. Been around a long time. A talented guy, definitely, but, getting old. Anderson, 29, 13, and 7 with 3 shutouts. 285 goals against, 909, just like Carey Price save percentage. So Anderson, not his typical numbers, needs to be better because, otherwise you've got Campbell. And now for as far as the price, I mean, you have Primo, and I'm confident in Primo, so you have a better backup that you can have a little bit more confidence in. Now, I say that Campbell plays well against Montreal, but that's against Montreal. I don't know if he does that against the whole league, so I'm a little more confident in our Primo than in Campbell. So defensively challenged, that's one of their problems, and will Anderson be better at up to typical Anderson showing, I guess? Keys to victory for Toronto. Offense clicking. Their offense is going to need to be clicking and scoring some goals and beating Carey Price. And the defense needs to tighten up. Their defense needs to be better. Now, it's only an exhibition game. They could still be experimenting with players, but I doubt it. So their defense needs to be better going into their qualifying round as well. Penalty kill. Has to be, penalty kill percentage has to get better, or in this game, no, don't take penalties, you know. So, yeah, their penalty kill, they need to work on that, definitely. I hope they don't, but that's me. And Anderson, is he better? I don't know why Anderson is better. Yeah, if Anderson is better, they could win here. So, these are the keys to victory for the Leafs, which I hope don't happen, obviously. I guess we get down to, can you see I'm rusty on previews? And I've never done a preview like this before. This is kind of new for me, but I really like it. Let me know what you guys think of the previews like this, as opposed to my old previews. Okay, so we're down to prediction time. So we've got Montreal on this side, Toronto on this side. Montreal will get the red, Toronto will get the blue. I'm going to give you Toronto's score that I think is going to be right now. I think Toronto's going to get, you're not going to like this, 5 goals. I think first of all, Toronto's got a lot of firepower. That's number one. Montreal's defense, I don't know how it's going to look. I really don't. And I'm not, I think Toronto can score against us. Everybody's rusty. I think this is where offense might take advantage of some rusty defense on both sides. And it might look like that even going into the qualifying round. There's not a lot of exhibition games for anybody, so they're still going to be a little rusty going into the qualifying round. I think there's going to be a lot of goals scored early on, and Toronto's going to score 5 here, in my opinion. And then we'll get to Montreal. Montreal is going to score, in my opinion, and this you'll like, 6. I think it's going to be 6-5. How are they going to get there? Regulation, overtime, or shootout? I'm predicting 6-5 in the shootout. So that's my prediction. Please, if you guys stayed this long to see my prediction, and I probably should have said I'm going to have a prediction at the end of the video. Leave me your prediction in the, I forgot one thing too. Leave me your prediction in the comment section. Plus, let me know who you think is going to get Montreal's first goal, and I'm going to give you 2 guys that I think it's going to be. KK or Suzuki. I can give 2 guys. I mean, you can too. It's not for a prize. But let me know who you think is going to be the first Montreal goal scorer. And we're going to start that contest. I'm thinking of it. We're probably going to start it for the real games. So in the qualifying round, we'll do the guess the score, guess the goal score, win a hockey puck. Okay, so that's it. So Montreal 6-5. In the shootout. Should be a really exciting game. Going to be live streaming at least the first period. We'll see how that goes. If I'm energetic and I can keep going, we might do longer, but we'll do the first period. And so that'll start at 7:45. Thumbnail, the thing is already out there, so you can check that out. And hopefully I'll see you there. Thanks for watching, everybody. Give a thumbs up if you like the video. And while you're down there, like I said, leave me any comments. Leave me your game score, your goal score for Montreal. And I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Please stay safe out there. Wear a mask where you're supposed to. And that's it. You'll be able to come back, watch more videos like this at Talkin' Habs. And that's it. Peace out. See y'all later. Hopefully I'll see you on the live stream. Bye, y'all.